how when you engage your feet, your abs can wake up a little if you let them. Sometimes they're so stuck in being compressed that you get this weird, almost, I don't know, indigestion feeling. So let yourself get longer every time. Good. And then we're going to just move from the shoulders so the arms are not moving the strap. The shoulders are going to start rolling. Inhale as they come forward. Exhale as they pull together. Yeah. And your elbows stay reasonably straight. We're just letting those move. I think this might be a Diana on the replay day. Hi, Diana. Good. And we're going to let the shoulders then go one at a time. But see if you can still tie it to your breath. So you might need to slow down a little bit. Good. That's it. Good. And one more on each side. Good. All right. And then palms face in. Again, still not really gripping with those hands. And then just open. See how the strap will start to take your arms upward. And then bring it back down. Inhale and exhale. Open. Good. And then back down. Now the higher that strap takes you with your arms forward, let your palms keep rotating so they face each other or forward toward your mount. Yeah, that's it. Good. Good. Yeah. And see if you can have that sensation of the shoulder blades staying connected to the arm, or vice versa, arm staying connected to shoulder blades. I had a great conversation with my one of my reformer classes yesterday about shoulders. We don't want to shove the shoulders back, right? Because then you get that weird gym walk where everyone walks around with their arms behind them. What you want is shoulders wide and the sensation of the shoulder blade flattening up against your rib cage, right? So as the arms are moving here, really look for the flattening sensation. Are they staying flat on your ribs? Yes, yes, yes. Right? Good job. You have to have your upper ribs on to stabilize so the shoulder blades can rest on the rib cage, right? So these have to be on here. So these thing gets a gold star. Good. All right. Now we're going to take those arms up and then bring them down. And then we're going to come into a bow. But let yourself reach wide to the corners of your room. So forward and wide. If you were on a mat, they'd be reaching to either side of the mat. Good. And then round your spine up, just pulling away from those hands. Should feel kind of luscious. Unfurl your chest up to the sky in a swan. Inhale, exhale, drop your chin, curl back down into that bow, arms reaching forward to the corners. That's it. Let yourself feel the shoulder blades move on your back, nice and wide. Good. And then drive through those feet. Unfurl the spine, lift that chest up. Good. And up. Good. One more time. Chin drops. Ribs pull in, right? Those high ribs pull in. Good. Arms to the corners. And then inhale, exhale, find your feet. Good. Unfurl. And all the way up. Good. And then chin drops. Bring yourself back into neutral with those ribs. Good. Now take your hands, rotate them palms down in your strap. And we're going to exhale, press back, collarbones open. Good. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press forward. Good. And then, hi, Brian. Good. That's it. Oh, so cute. Good. And then back. Good. And we'll do two more. That's That's it. Good. And last one. All right. Next one, we're just going to warm up on tippy toes for a second. So just press and rise into your releve. Now pause, hold there, open the collarbones, feel your shoulder blades flat on your back. Look for those shoulder blades. Good. Lower with control, then release the arms. Good. Inhale, exhale, press and raise. Good. Look for the shoulder blades flat on your back. Don't pinch, just flatten them. Good. Lower with control, keeping the shoulders, and then release. And some of you might feel, it's harder to keep them as I go down. Yes. Good. Good. Breathe. Stay with them as you come down. Good. Here comes your last one. Last one. Nice and wide through the shoulders. Good. Good. And forward. Nice. Good. Okay. We're going to open into parallel. And then we're going to just do a row. And I want you to feel how without your high abs on, right, the ones at these 4 ribs, you pop, right? And then there's that gym walk in the making. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. Around like this, and they just can't. Oh, sorry. A little pet peeve of mine. So then we're going to keep those ribs in, and notice how it grounds you against your strap. If I pop my ribs, my hips will go a little bit, my weight shifts. If I keep those ribs in, I can feel my short foot happening, my forefoot and my heel trying to touch the ground. Do you feel that? Yes, good, right? So much more solid. A little more glute, a little more ham. So Marty, all we're doing is rowing, and we're feeling the difference between letting these ribs pop and keeping them in. Palms facing in. Palms facing in. We're just, yep, just, you got it. Good. And then we're going to take that. Good. Have a seat in a squat. So we've opened into parallel. We're not in Pilates stance anymore. Release your arms. Pull the ribs in as you pull your hands back. Come up to a stand and release. So inhale, exhale. Ribs in as you pull. Good. Sit in your squat. Release the arms. Pull the ribs in and then pull in. Come up to a stand. Good. And so hopefully those of you who tend to get little low back aches when you are working in your garden in a squat, having to get down into your low dryer to get things out in a squat, hopefully you can feel a little more supported if you can remember to hold those ribs in right here. That's it. Good. Because we're trying to come up without that proud chest. We want instead ribs in. That's it. Good. Good. All right. Ready for a little balance? Yes, it's too early for balance, Mona. I know. It feels like it to me too. So we're going to sit down in our squat. This will be an easy one. This will be an easy one. You're going to extend your left leg. Point the toe. So just the tip of that toe is there. Good. And then release your opposite arm as you raise it. Bring it back down. Check your abs. Good. Just repeat that side. Good. Good. And again, see if you can stay sitting low. Good. 2 more. And keep connected to those ribs. Good. Bring that foot back in. Sit a little deeper. Come all the way up. Ribs still in. Good, release. Okay, let's do it again, other side. So pulling in, have a seat, extend your right foot, point the toe, good, all right. And then lift and release your other arm, pull it in. So will your shoulder blades move together as you pull? Yeah. But do they have to pinch? Do they have to throw the rest of you out of balance? No. Good. That's it. Last two. Good. And then back to center. Sit all the way up and release. So hopefully we should notice that if we're better at the shoulder blades, not only are we getting these high abdominals here, but we're starting to get a little bit more hem and glute than we might normally notice. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun for me to know that you're feeling that. Okay. Hinge. So take your tail up to the sky, reaching forward, palms are facing down. Good, just enjoy for a moment the length through the back of your legs. We're gonna round our way back up. Good. You can let your chest raise if you'd like into a swan. Good, and if it's in that swan, tuck your chin and then hinge again. See if you can get a little more length. I think driving tightens up my legs. And then round up.
And sitting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And let's do one more hinge. Just letting those guys get a little longer. That's it. Let both of you, Lisa and Marty, both of you lift your heads up, your throats up. And yep, there you go. That's it. So you find that hinge place. That's it. Good. And then round your way up. Good, nice. All right. From here, let's take ourselves into. Oops, hang on. We have to step forward, or at least I have to step forward. I want to have us do a open skater. So I'm going to step back with my left leg and sit in a squat, right? So skater is with the toe forward, and open skater has the toe pointing at the mount, right? And then come right back to it. So we're going to do that same side again. I think in yoga this is some kind of reverse warrior. Is that right? And then when you find your footing, then you're going to add a pull across. And I want you, when you pull across, to pull and extend out through your elbow. Really find the length open there. Yeah? So it's going to go straight over like we're doing archer. Good. Yeah. Good. And let's do one more. Good. And then we're going to come from there into a balance. So we're sit in our open skater. We're going to rotate, kick up. Land back in that open skater. Yes. Rotate, kick up. Yeah. So this is a big directional change, and we're working all around this hip. Well, and the other one too. That's it. Nice. I like the uprightness, right? Coming up. Get up. There we go. Last one. Whoa. Good. And then you should be able to just bring your foot down and find that you're almost in parallel. So the goal is if this foot stays planted that whole time, staying in that same place, we'll get more and more movement out of this hip. Okay, let's go the other way, shall we? So, opening into your skater, open skater first. So your toe tries to stay facing the way it just did. The anchored toe. And when you've got your foot and you're landing, then add in that archer pulling away. Yep. Your heave ho. Good. Yeah, good. You guys are doing such a good job. I remember when I used to have to constantly tell you about this skater landing. Line it up. Get your hip in line and your knee in line and your foot in line. And it's just happening now. Yay, it's good. All right, let's do one more. And this one's gonna take us into our balance. So we sit and then we launch, rotate up. So you are rotating forward toward your mount. Yeah, you're coming up upright. Whoa. Yeah, right? And then again, I want you to come up with power so that you're moving around the joint on one side and using the glute, foot to glute on the other to get you there. And then you'll have to stop yourself from falling, right? Which is that's the part that's the critical part. And it's okay if you don't. I mean, as long as you don't really fall. That's it, good. Last two. And last one. Good, and then your foot should come back to center. And then just look down, are they in parallel or close to it? That would be great. Yeah, all right. And you might notice the one way is different. So when I face this way, this foot that's closest starts sneaking in. That tells me something about the tightness at my hip on that side. Yeah? Okay, how are we doing? Good. So let's have some second position plies. So I'm going to scoot to the side a little bit so I have room for Mark. There's always room for Mark. And we're just going to step out to second. Ta-da! Nice big plie, good. Come back in, and then we're going to go to the left. So we'll just alternate sides. Yep. Hands can be facing back. And again, here, you don't have to grip hard. You can have your hand resting in a comfortable spot, even on your wrist. If that's more comfortable, just bring it up so it's not right over those little veins. Yeah. Which way? Okay. Good. Good. Last one each way. Good. And then we're going to go to your right, and we're going to take that into a pivot. So to your right, pivot, good, and then open. Stay there. Just pivot again. Pivot again. Good. Good. Arms are just coming forward. They're having very little resistance unless you're far away from your mount. That's it. Good. There we go. Yeah, but you know, at least I like that one better because you let the leg pivot instead of making your whole body drag the leg. That was good. So it visually might look like it's happening at the same time, right? But I am driving in through the leg instead of trying to move my whole torso and drag the leg. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to stay here to the side in our pivot. We're going to get a little lower, press across, come up just halfway. A little lower, press across, just halfway. We're going to start with the arms, finish with the obliques. That's it. So press. So what you're really actually starting is transverse abdominis, then arms, then obliques to get that rotation. Yeah? Makes sense? Abs, arms, oblique twist. Abs, arms, oblique twist. Good. Last one. Good. All right, hold it. Good. Take that arm up. Now give yourself a windmill all the way around, pushing those arms forward, away from your mount. Good. Bring it back in, all the way back to plie. Good. And then we'll go right into the windmill. So pivot, arms up and pushing. Good. All the way back. That's it. And plie. Good. Good. Let's do 2 more. Nice and low. Get low. Bend that back knee. Bend that back knee, Lisa. Drop it down. Drop it. Drop it down. I know. 1 more. That's better. That's better. Yes. Good. And then back to center and just straighten the legs. Good. Bend the legs. Good. So now we're back in plie. Now we're going to do that little press to the side. So, yep, just like that. Just holding it there and press. So again, think abs, arms, and then oblique to get the rest. Abs, arms, oblique. Good. That's it. Good. 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 Let's do 2 more. 2 more. Abs, arms, oblique. Are there obliques up at your shoulders? No. Right? So if your torso is tipping over, you're not using your obliques in a rotational way. I want you to rotate. Good. All right. So then we're going to take ourselves up into that windmill over the top, pressing away. Good. And then back up. Good. All the way back to center. Good. And pivot, press, windmill. Remember that back arm is pressing forward. Yes. Good. All the way back into your plie. Good. Up. Good, that's it. Let's do 1 more. Good. All right, and then just straighten both legs. Hinge at your tail. Reach forward. I know. And then you can bend one knee a little bit, and then the other knee a little bit. Good. And then round up through your spine. Good. All right. So let's take our straps off. We're going to grab our bars. Marty, if strap feels better to your hands than the bar, you're welcome to stay using the straps. It's not, it'll be similar, just different. It'll be gentler if it's gentler on your hands. Okay. Okay. Okay, and a sip of water. Hi, hello, baby boy. Oh, my handsome, beautiful boy. Okay, hang on, you guys. I have to just do this. Okay. So back to your mount. Fists up in front of your chest. I want you to find a place where you could lean into a plank here with your hands at your chest. Can you find that place? So if I'm at my normal standing my ground place, but my hands are here, I'm going to fall, truly. So I want you to walk away a little bit so you have some support. Find where that is where you have a little support there. Yeah? Yeah. So not for a press, but to hold your body in this bent hand position. Bent elbow position, pardon me. Okay, everyone find that spot? Okay, good. So now we're going to come into a floating plank with our arms staying here, staying close. So they're going to want to push away. When they do, bring them back in. Good. Then float yourself back up. Good. And again, float away. Hold that. Good. That's it. And then back up. Good. Okay, so now finesse how you're holding it, because this is a slightly different position than we're used to, and some of us are pushing our ribs underneath the bar. Can you keep those ribs tucked back in? Yes, good. That's it, good. Okay, so you tricky people. We went from ribs forward to ribs in, hips back. Can you get your, I know, so clever, you're very clever. So yes, so I want you to find these little tiny places. You don't get to push. You're going to bring those hands back in. There you go, good. That's it, good. Because then all we're going to do is add a releve. So find that place, ribs in, hips forward, and then just come up on tiptoes. Rock onto the first 3 toes. Come back down, hold your plank. Yep, hold it. Good. Come back up on the tiptoes. Good. And then back down. Good. Nice. And one more. Good. And your arms should be screaming, can we please press forward? Yes. They're holding this. We're not using our chest to hold the bar. We're holding it just in front of us. So if your arms aren't tired yet, give a little push away. Don't let it rest on your chest. Just a tiny one. Shouldn't be resting on your chest. Okay. Then come all the way back to home. Step your left foot forward just in front of your right one, but not right in front of it, right? It's like 2 train tracks. Okay, now reach forward into your floating plank. The back heel should raise. You should have more resistance. Yes? Good. Rock your way back. Good. Yes, and you should have to work to control coming back. Push yourself forward into that plank. Good. And then back. Easy peasy. Do not let your upper back sway backwards. Good. Keep control in the front. Good. And then press. Good. So here we're mimicking some of the split short box plank work. I don't know if you've ever done that, but that's what that is. Good. That's it. All right. Now we're going to stay pressed forward, ribs in. Now give yourself a little push. Can you straighten those arms out? No can be an answer. All right, that's okay. No can be an answer. Yes, good. All right, so wherever it gets to, that's where it gets to, right? As you push, I just want you to watch. Can you keep your elbows close instead of letting them come out? We're going to really keep it right in here so those shoulder blades stay against your torso. Let's see, where was I? Here. Okay, because wherever that is, so I'm going to do a short one here so you see that my arms aren't all the way out, all right? They're just here in this bend. Can you see that? So if this is you, that's going to be A-okay. You're going to lift the front heel and then sit back. Really pull those ribs in as your booty goes back. Good. Straighten up on 2 tiptoes. If your arms can straighten all the way, fantastic. Same, that's fine. Sit on 2 tiptoes, ribs in as you straighten all the way up. I want you to have that awareness of ribs and toes so that as you push, you get all the right things supporting you in this motion. Yeah. So here's me doing it not so good. Can you see here now I'm pushing my chest at it? So that means when I push my chest forward, I'm really using my low back as an apex. So tuck the rib and then feel the back line as a straight line. Yeah? Try one more so I can see you try. Yes, there you go, Lisa. Tucking that rib, tucking that rib. Think shoulder blades and ribs together. Whoa, good. Yes, amazing. Good. All right, you can rest for a sec because you know we have to do the other side. But we're gonna give ourselves a little pause before we do. Arms come up tall. Just stretch forward, open up your chest. And then you can switch legs. I know, because hopefully we've been pulling those ribs in so much and pressing with those arms that our armpits could use a little stretch here. Our axillas. All right, and then we're gonna bring those arms back up to the sky. And give ourselves a little bow interlude so that we remind those ribs that we need them. So I'm gonna show you me doing it not so good. Here's me collapsing my whole body down. Here's me lifting the back of my spine up first before I bow. Collapsing down, lifting the back of my spine up. I don't know if that's visible because I can't see myself do it, but I hope you can feel it in your brain. Yes, yes. Lovely, good, I love that. Good. All right, and then we're gonna do one more, and then just slide that bar back down to your chest. Good, all right, and then do a little self-check. Could you come into a plank? Is it enough to support you, just like before? Good, so find that little floating plank with a bent elbow. Yes, good, okay. Check that your ribs are not pushing out underneath your bar and that your bar is not resting against you. Caught you.
What is the rest of the meme about? Wearing sunglasses so your instructor doesn't see you.
I guess Pilates Northwest, where you're part of here, had a meme about wear sunglasses and keep your hoodie up so your Pilates instructor doesn't see you and make it harder. We will catch you. So then we're going to give ourselves that press, just see where it goes. It's okay if it doesn't make it all the way out there. What's more important to me is that you keep your stability. So even if the push is here, I don't want to counteract through my whole spine. I want my spine to hold so that I can have better power output through my arm, wherever that distance is, yeah? Good. Try two more, right? Pull those ribs, pull those ribs. That's it, Marty. I see you thinking it. Yep, low ribs in, everybody. Good. And hips staying forward. So then we get to take our right foot forward. And again, you're on train tracks, right? So that you're not on a balance beam. Diana. I say that with love. Good. And then we're going to lift that back heel up. Feel it push you. And then let it rock you back down slowly. So the goal is slow coming down, yeah? And oops. Push. And then slowly come down. Good. That's it. Good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to repeat that for the sake of the replay because that's a great awareness. So when we're not able to press all the way out here, you have to actually have more of your core on because you're stabilizing this halfway place. A lot of times when we get all the way out here, we lock the joints. We lock shoulder here and we lock elbow here and we even lock wrist. And so you're not using muscle, you're using connective tissue. So that's why I'm saying it's not a bad thing if you're not able to open your arms all the way on this one. It can be a very good, constructive moment. So I love that you were aware of that. That's awesome. I think only in Pilates class can we say that so calmly. Oh yes, I am aware. The arms are just screaming and screaming and screaming. Like, okay, so we're gonna find our little squat. So we've got the back heel raised. I'm gonna lift the front one. So that brings up to this point is that if you are able to straighten your arms, I want you to soften the elbow. Don't let them lock. Yeah. And then we're going to pull the ribs in, sit back on those 2 tiptoes. Check that you've got first through third toe down. Whoops, I've got wrong toes on that foot. Go you, go. Sometimes it can help to think of heels pulling toward each other to get yourself onto your first through third toe. Remember, as we're coming up, we're coming forward into that plank, right? That's it. As we go down, we pull the ribs through us and back out through our tail. Good. Can we do one more? Good, and then we'll step back to that plank, put those heels down, gently come up and bring those arms in. Yes, nice, all right. Lift your bar over your head, let it swing to the side. Just press it back like a butterfly. Good, and then all the way over your head, other side, let it swing. Good, and let's do one more each side. Just working out through that. Good. Good, feel good. And then if you want more stretch for your shoulders, because we've been purposely working the shoulder girdle, if you hold that and then walk away a little bit, keeping your hips pulled away from the mount, you should get an increased stretch. And same thing, you step back, set it, and then walk away a little bit. Keep both of your hips squared away from the mount. Feel good? I think it feels good. All right, so we're gonna come back into our, let's get our straps on. All right, and then we're gonna come down to the mat. So, let's see. So coming down to the mat, we're gonna, go this way. Sorry, backs to the mount, because we're gonna be going into our plank side plank. When you get down there, you can be on forearms, you can be on hands. You could even come back up and do plank here if you really want to. So, arms to the sky, we're gonna exhale, round our way down, pulling those ribs in, shoulders wide and flat on your back, really as wide as you can get them. Good. Just tap down wherever that happens to be, pull your abs up opening your shoulders wider. Not into your ears, just wide on the top of your torso. Good. And then all the way back up. And then inhale and exhale back down. Shoulders wide. Abs lifting. Good. And back up. Good. And then one more time down, then we'll walk out to our plank. Shoulders still wide. You might notice that if you're really working on that wideness, when you're upside down here, it's better if you pull those abs up, right? Ribs in. You'll get that sense of space. Then your hands can come down. Your feet can step back. And we'll take our armpit up. Sorry, our armpit up. Take your hand up to your armpit. Punch forward. Bring it in. To the side, punch over. And I want you to punch 4 times over before you come back to the front and punch again. Yep. So 4 times over, front, punch forward. Okay. If you can do 3 sets like that, fantastic. If you do 1 set and want to alternate to the other side, fantastic. Your choice. That's it. Good. That's it, Marty. Yep. Reach. Good. All the way. Good. Good. Did you already, are you alternating or what are you doing?
No.
You're already on the other side. Punch in. That's it. Find those fingers on the supporting side, or if you're on forearms, push that fist down, right? It should give you a little bit of a lift here if you're pushing the ground away. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's it. Open that armpit up. Good. Nice. That's it, Marty. Good. And same thing on that side. If you can open that armpit, Lisa. So when you're here, instead of letting it smush against your face, open that armpit up so it goes right over your ear. Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to set that shoulder in your back more as well. Whew. Are you done with all your sets?
Yes.
Okay. Marty, are you done with all your sets? Okay. That's better, Lisa. Yes, all the way open. Wow. Good. Yeah, and then a supporting oblique turns on more too. Good. All right. Diane, are you done? Okay. So then we're going to have a seat on our behinds with our backs to the mount. Actually, I'm sorry. No. Forgot what my plan was. Here's my plan. Taking that strap, we have side to the mount. So I'm going to start with it on my left foot. We haven't done this guy in a little while. Time for a check-in. I know. Time for a little check-in. I was thinking, so I've got the strap on my foot that's farthest away from the mount. I realize you guys can't see half my lower body. We're going to let ourselves rotate slightly away from the mount. See if you can sit on your outside sits bone. Some of us are just going to get pulled right back. I know. Or it's going to feel like we're getting pulled right back. Can you adjust the other camera, baby, too? Good. And then we're just going to leg slide out to the side. Control on the way back in. See if you can keep your foot from crossing your midline when it comes back. So
Right.
that's better. I can see that. Good. So here's my midline, right? Pubic bone points the way. We're not going to let it cross that conch. We're going to try to put the brakes on. That's it. Good. Good. And then we should find good, nice job. Okay, round back into your C curve. Good. Come back up. Keep that leg anchored. Keep that heel anchored down. Push that heel down. Rounding back. Easy peasy. And again, we're trying to keep it not here. We want to keep it parallel with the hip. Is yours lifting you off the ground, Marty? Can you find a place? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Good. That's it. Good. One more time. Nice. Good. All right. So take your band over your head, and so it's behind you. Can you put your hand to the floor with that band behind you? Okay, we're going to lift up into a reverse plank. So collarbones open. Marty, if this doesn't feel good on your hands, let me know. I'll give you an alternative. We're going to push the hips up. Good. All right, so now we've got both glutes on. Now leg slide again. Some of us will feel way more stable here, right? You have your whole back chain to help you. Shoulders, glutes, hams, everything. Good. That's it. Good. One more. Good. And then let yourself come slowly down. Good. Take your strap, bring it over your head. Good. And then reach forward and stretch toward that leg. Good. You can take the strap off that foot. We're just going to do that little bit on the other side too. Alright, pretty, pretty. Who's Mama's most beautiful? Who's Mama's most beautiful? Hi, hi. Hello, my good boy. All right, so getting situated. You're reaching across, holding onto that strap, right? Good. Feet are parallel. I'm going to sit a little crooked so you can see my feet, but can't wait. See, does that work? Do you see my feet? Sort of. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sitting properly. I should be sitting this way. Well, maybe you can see. No, you can't see. All right. Peekaboos. Okay. So we're just going to start with that leg slide. Sitting up tall, pushing down, using the underside of that leg to keep the heel on the ground. If you start getting cranky at the top of the hip up here, you're probably using the tightness at the psoas here, and it's triggering your quad, your middle quad. That's it. Good. Good. So after you get going, then start working on letting the exhale on the way in and stopping that strap from coming all the way in, right? Focus on that moment. Decelerate. Yep. Your heel should try to stay on the ground and your spine stays long and lifted. So I don't know if you can see here, here's me staying up, here's me curled under. There's this little collapse. So want to get on the front of your sits bones as much as possible, or try sitting up on a little something. Good. Good. All right. And then we get to round back. So grabbing hold, round back, that heel stays on the ground. Good. And then back up. Keep pressing it out slightly. Don't let it cross to the middle here. Good. This is a small thing, but just take a peek at your foot and your toes. Are they doing anything weird? When I make my foot be more neutral in a dorsiflex position, it's harder. So you see what you might need to do down there. Good. Let's do one more. Good. All right, so take your strap over your head so your hand can come down behind you. Good. All right. Collarbones open and wide, and then just press that hip up. Good. That's it. Holding that good. All right. And then did we leg slide here? Yeah, leg slide out. Good. And back in. So you want you to keep pressing through your hands so shoulder blades stay on. Pressing through your hands and getting shoulder blades should also help cue your glutes better to hold you up so you're not hanging here. Here is going to put you in your upper traps, neck, scalenes. Here, pushing down through the ground gives you mid-back, mid-shoulder girdle. That's it, good. Give me one more. Ugh, this direction is harder for me, holy cow. Good. All right. And then carefully grab your strap, bring it back over your head, and then you can reach forward. And then you can carefully take that strap off your foot. Good. Let it go. And then swing around onto your backside and roll yourself down to the mat. Good. So no straps. We're strap free. We're just going to peel the spine up off the mat. Press down into those feet. Inhale, exhale, round down through those ribs. And before I forget, Marty, do you have a magic circle at home? I can't remember. No. Oh, okay. We used magic circles last Monday, but I couldn't remember if you had one. Oh yeah, the Lisa and Mark Deep Core.
Yes.
I'm glad. That's good. We have to find Marty a mini circle. Good. Good. Yeah, just peel. Good. All right. Keeping your collarbones open, let your knees fall to the side. You can press gently down on the hip, get a little stretch to the hip, and then reach out with the opposite arm. Inhale, exhale, let that shoulder sink a little closer to the ground. Good. And then gently bring those legs back up and to the other side. And breathe, let that shoulder sink a little closer to the floor. Good. Nice. And then we're just going to close up that little cocoon, press ourselves up so we're on two hands, and then lift just to get your knees underneath you. Yep. Then we're going to drop the hips into down stretch. So toe pads are tucked under, collarbones open, chest up, hips forward. Aim your elbows, not your elbows, well yes, your elbows and your heels slightly inward. That's it, good. And then we're going to lift up to a plank just so that we can walk our hands in and roll our spines up. Feel free to linger where it feels good. Yep. All right. Round those shoulders. Good. Hope your COVID shoulder feels better. Your vaccine. We're going to rotate in. So rotate in, rotate open. Good. And then we're going to do opposites. Let your head turn. Just give yourself a little stretch through your neck. should hopefully feel that nice line there, getting a stretch. Yeah, good. And last one each way. Feels so good. Good, all right. And then we'll just gently bring those down. One big breath in. Ooh, and then let it fall. Very nice, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You too. I hope you use this newfound shoulder stability because it actually helps you be more mobile through the rest of you, right? That control of the both together gives you that ability. So, I know, have fun with it.